So what are the 5 freedoms for animal welfare? And does our modern dairy farm meet all 5 of them?
We can do better, and I'm gonna make it happen.
So first is the freedom from hunger and thirst. And since our cows are housed in a freestall barn, they kind of come and go as they please. They do what they want, drink what they want, and we make sure we keep our water buckets clean. They get cleaned once a week. So you always have access to fresh water. And then if you walk over to the feed gate, make sure there's always plenty of feed available.
But as the cows eat, they slowly push the feed away. So that's why we have this automatic feed pusher. It runs about once every hour. That way the cows can always reach the feed that's at the feed bunk, and then they'll never go hungry.
And then the second is the freedom from discomfort. So we bed our freestalls with deep bedded sand, and any sort of deep bedding is basically the premium for cow comfort. And the reason for that is because it's loose and then it'll actually form around the cow's joints. So when she lays down, there's no pressure points. And then our dry cows are in a deep bedded straw pack, which is nice for the dry cows because it gives them just a little bit of extra space. There's no freestalls around them. And the reason we don't do that for our milking cows is because this is organic, and then any sort of organic material grows bacteria much quicker than sand, which is inorganic. And then that faster bacteria growth makes for a bigger risk for mastitis. So when the cows get milked 2, 3, 4, sometimes more times in a day, those teat canals are open, and if they're lying down in some sort of organic material, there's a higher risk for them to get mastitis. So cow comfort is something that we take super seriously when managing on a day-to-day basis, and also when we were designing this barn, because it's one of those things that translates really strongly towards more milk production. A happy cow makes for, I guess, a good bottom line. So the third is the freedom from pain and suffering. So when a cow has some sort of disease or sickness or a sore foot, we always try to intervene as quickly as possible. So for example, when a cow has a sore foot, we separate them into our treatment area right here, and then as soon as possible, the same day, we'll get them into our hoo trim stall, and then I can trim them up myself. So it's definitely a huge benefit for having our own hoo trim stall. We can intervene much quicker than if we had to have somebody else come in and do it for us. So then the fourth is the freedom to express natural behaviors. And with a big open freestall barn like this, they can kind of come and go as they please. Their schedule is very much up to them. They eat when they want, drink when they want. There's a big open space for them to have social interactions. So that's definitely something that we don't really have too much to worry about in our dairy farm. The one area that needs some work and that we're in the process of changing right now is our calf hutches. When they're first put in there, they're actually in individual calf hutches. Because of that, they don't really have a way to interact socially with one another. So then the last one is the freedom from fear and distress, which comes very much down to how well the animals are handled. So I stress very much whenever we have new employees, and also just in the way I handle animals myself, is just to be very patient with them and understanding. Usually there's a reason why cows don't want to come to the robots. So if there's something in the way that's spooking them, move that out of the way. And no matter how good of a job we do with our cows, there's always room for improvement. So for example, in our calf hutches, when we first put them in there, they're in single hutches, which isn't ideal because they're not really able to interact with one another. So the plan is this winter is for us to make some more group hutches, and then we'll be able to have them all doubled up. But there's always something. There's a saying that if you take good care of your cows, that they'll take good care of you. And it's true. It's one of the things that I love about farming. It literally makes financial sense to treat your animals well. But anyway, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe so that you don't miss any more videos of me finding ways to improve animal welfare.